maybe even to other places in Ireland, and encourage them to come and spend those euros in Kenmare. And if they keep them past the end of October, which is the month of October we're putting aside as the month that you can cash them back. Now, if you don't cash them back in that period, all the euros that we are holding as value for those Kenmare euros will be donated to the Kenmare Hospital. Right? So by keeping your Kenmare euro, you're donating a euro to the hospital. So you end up with a memento of your experience of the Kenmare euro, and you've donated a euro to the hospital. So we think that's a pretty good reason to not cash them in, but I'm sure some people, if they end up with hundreds of them in their tills, they're going to want to cash those back in. That's fair enough, we understand that. Now, a few people have raised a few potential problems, like some businesses were saying, well, what if I end up with 200 or 300 in my till in the middle of the season and it's causing problems with my cash receipts? Well, that could be a problem, admittedly. So what we've decided is that if you do end up with 200 or more Kenmare euros in your till during this project, and it's causing a problem with your till receipts, then you should be able to come down to the Chamber of Commerce office, or the tourist office, if we hope the tourist office is going to be involved in this, and cash them back in, because we don't want to make this a problem. This is not supposed to be a problem, this is supposed to be something to help focus people's minds on keeping money local, shopping locally. If you spend a Kenmare euro, we hope that all the businesses will give you some small discount. It might be 2%, it might be 5%. Finbar Quill was saying to me the other day, sure, I'll give 10%, no problem. Well, you might want to have a special offer of 10% on your Kenmare euros maybe for a week or so. This is all possible as a marketing tool. So that was seen as a problem. The way that you will be able to give that discount is quite simple. For every Kenmare euro that is spent, say if you were giving 2%, you'd be able to give a 2-cent coin. Now, rather than having to raid your till for 2-cent coins, and maybe you don't have any, if you kept a little jar of 2-cent coins by the till, that will help you solve that problem. There might be 5-cent coins, there might be 10-cent coins, who knows what we're going to do. And the incentive for that discount, of course, is to then give that Kenmare euro in change to customers. So they're accepting it in change. They know they can then go and spend that in another shop in Kenmare. Now, we have a big list of shops. I haven't got that list in front of me right now because various people have been doing that job. I've been doing Main Street and a few other places, but I can tell you the main people that are certainly involved in the project so far. That's Finbar Quill and his empire, which involves the Lansdowne Arms, Quills, Wander Inn, and bed and breakfasts and lace and linen shops. We also have Sean O'Shea, who is responsible for taking the photograph of the bridge, which is on the reverse of the note, which he kindly donated to me. And we have Willie McClure in the print shop. We have Shane DeBarra in the jewellery shop. We have Snipperhead hairdressers. We have the Horseshoe. We have P.F. McCarthy's. We have Selena's Secret Garden. We have Mimi's Mimosa shop. We have Joan Looney and her beauty salon. And we have Robert White in Centra. Now this, to me, is a wonderful achievement because we are the first town using local currencies, especially in the transition project, that's actually got supermarkets and petrol stations involved, because usually supermarkets, being parts of big chains, aren't too fond of this type of thing, because most of the stuff they're selling they're importing, of course. But we suggest that they might even be able to offer, all the businesses might be able to offer a few euros in their wage slips even, to pay their workers, because why not? If the workers are going to spend some money in Kenmare, and of course this will encourage them to spend money in Kenmare, why not spend a euro and get a bit of a discount? So you can see there's a fair bit to this little plan. It might seem like a revolutionary act, and some of the journalists that have interviewed me in the last few weeks about this story have tried to get me to admit that we're really trying to declare independence here in Kenmare, and maybe that's not such a bad thing. I've often thought that South Kerry ought to be independent, seeing as we've been ruled from Tralee by far too long, I think, and a lot of Tralee is really quite a long way away for people to be making decisions about our lives, but we haven't got our own county council, our own town council yet. But this maybe is the first stage in a kind of independence, and an independence from the kind of potential problems that might be coming along. So Kenmare is making a stand. We are the first town in Ireland to actually have a launch a currency, certainly recently anyway. There have been previous local currencies in other Irish towns, but we're the first ones to really have our own local currency with our own name on it. So I hope you all enjoy using it. We've got some musical acts lined up for you. Part of Stone the Crows are here at the moment. The rest of them will be joining them quite soon. And we hope to have some other instruments so that some other members of the audience might be able to join in as well. So thank you very much for coming along. Euros will be available in that corner over there to buy, should you want to buy some. I'm pretty sure the people behind the bar are going to be in on the scheme. And there's also, if you really want to find out more about the Transition Town movement, you should really buy the book that we have over there in the corner, the Transition Handbook. It explains in clear detail what we're about and what we're facing into. It's very important that everybody involved in this community understands those goals, because we will be trying to act as a catalyst to get people to start making the type of actions that we need. As I say, this Kenmare Youro is one of the first things we've initiated. We've also helped to initiate allotments being started up in Dromley. We hope to see allotments started in other estates and other areas around, because we really need to start growing our own food. It's one of the implications of peak oil that is probably the most serious, and certainly the most serious for Ireland, seeing as we are isolated here in not producing our own food at the moment and importing probably 82% of our food. And most of that food is produced with gas, which makes the fertiliser, and oil, which makes the pesticides and the chemicals and powers the tractors and machinery and the transportation and the packaging and the factories and the processing. And without that, we're not going to have so much food. So we really need to start growing our own food. And even though it might be cheaper to go and get some bottled vegetables in Lidl's or Aldi's, is it really worth driving all the way to do that when you're really, in a way, committing suicide by doing that? Potentially, because you're making that dependence on imported food even more. So think about growing your own food, because food security is going to be one of the most important issues in the next couple of years in the world. We have a hugely expanding population, and the amount of land that we have for growing food is not getting any bigger. And the amount of energy and materials, even seed, that we have to grow the amount of food we're going to need in the next few years is looking seriously dodgy. So we hope by encouraging people to grow allotments that we're doing the right thing, and that we hope that that this Kenmare Youro will be the first two big steps we're taking as a transition movement here in Kenmare. So I think I've probably said enough now. I've bored you enough for longer now. Thank you again for everybody for coming along, especially all our local prospective politicians. It's really good to see them here. Let's have a party. Bye.